Hello guys, I'm back from Coventry Uni, as you know. Did I think it went okay? Yes. I feel as though it went alright. I could have done more, I could have said more. Thinking about it now, I did regret saying something, I could have worked on them, but it's happened. It went okay. It could have went better, like I said, but it went okay. Yeah, we went in, they did an introduction to Coventry Uni as a whole. Then they spoke about our course, so Paramedic Science. They said why Coventry, so why what have they got to offer basically to you guys as the candidates, studying there. Talked about the student life, so the accommodation. Then they talked about placement, so if everyone wants to go into be a paramedic, about the ambulance paramedics, working with the ambulance crews. Talked a bit about them, gave us a lot of information. And then we had a break, 10-minute break. Get a cup of tea or coffee. As you guys know, hold on there. I like tea. There's 1,150 tea bags. Brought them off Amazon. I don't know why, but if there's any tea lovers out there, you probably know why, because it's tea. I love tea. Yeah, so I'll leave the link on there if you want to check that out. I mean, who doesn't want to buy 1,150 tea bags? I mean, who doesn't? Yeah, I had a tea break. Then we came back and they gave us a maths and an English paper. The maths paper, guys, basic maths, so GCSE, adding, subtracting, percentage, fractions, and then we had to change litres into millilitres, all that sort of stuff. It's basic stuff, guys. You had 20 minutes to do that. Then we had an English test. That was the first question was we had to talk about the HCPC. The second one was we had to talk about the response, the cuts in the there's been a huge cut in the NHS, as you guys know, and we had to say how that's affected the ambulance service. So how the cuts in the ambulance service affecting it. We had to talk about that. We had to do a certain amount, and then they got marked. 10 minutes later, the people that failed the maths and English get called out of the room and said, "I'm sorry, you're unsuccessful." The people that passed went on a break, so we went on a half an hour break. I know, guys, a lot of breaks, a lot of tea. Went on a break, then we got called back into the room. We got given this piece of paper, and it said what time your interview was. So we got put into groups. There was 3 groups. First group was at 12:30. Second group was at 1, and the third group was at 1:25. It goes in alphabetical order by the last name. I was last. I was in the last group, and we had 4. There was 4 stations. So there was scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3, and scenario 4. Scenario 1 was there's a homeless guy on the floor, and you know the guy, so you know who he is, but he's not usually like that. He begs for money, but this time he smells like he's had quite a lot of alcohol. And you have to address that, and you have to give your thought process on it. So, what would you do? And you have to give your thought process on it. So you explain it to the people that was interviewing you, which was paramedics. You had to give that, and you got marked out of possible 10 for that. The second one was you're part of a taxi firm. Don't ask me why a taxi firm. And someone books a taxi, and they book for 8 people. They you forgot to put the order through the database, and they're quite angry about it. So they call you back. This face to face, by the way, guys. So you're talking to the person. It's basically to see how you react under pressure. They call back. They're quite angry, saying that we booked a taxi with you guys. We live half an hour away from the airport. How are we going to get there in time? So I sort of used my initiative. I said, look, we got a bit of information, so we had the scenario in front of us, so you can read a bit about it. So it's not as hard as it seems. I'm just giving you the scenarios. You know, you'll have a piece of paper in front of you telling you the scenario. And I said, look, it was my fault. I accepted it was my fault. I said, but the best thing I can do, I said, I can give you a taxi, but it can only hold 4 people. And obviously, then she was getting more angry, saying, well, how am I going to get to there? I said, we can knock a bit off the price for the inconvenience. I know it's my fault. I tried to reassure her, and I said, is there any family members that you could, bring along, ask to take the other 4? Because we can fit 4 in one taxi. Could you ask the other 4 to get taken out by a friend or a relative? And that solved it. So that was good. Third one was you've been accepted into the Paramedic Science, and there's a lot of noise in the classroom, and people are passing notes. Someone gives you the note. What do you do? I said, I'll say to the individual, I said, look, I'm trying to take in the work, and I feel these notes will be really beneficial towards the course, and I need to concentrate. Considering there's a lot of noise in the room, I said, I can't really concentrate, and I said, I don't really agree with passing notes around. I said, I don't want to be a spoilt sport, because I'm a fairly outgoing guy, but at this moment in time, studying is quite important to me. And then with the noise that was going along, I said after because we had to act this out, by the way, guys. I keep saying this, but I pulled the guys to one side after the lesson and said, look, I said, today you're being kind of loud, and I found it quite hard to concentrate. Next time, could you keep the noise down a bit? I really appreciate it. I don't want to be like a sport again, but there comes a line between being loud and having a laugh, and being loud is completely different. The fourth one was you and your friend. You're really struggling at uni again, Paramedic Science. You're really struggling, and your friend says, I know this website where you can submit your work. You pay a bit of a small fee, and it basically gets top marks. What would you do? Would you pay them the fee, get it sent off to this place where you get top marks, or would you, what would you do? I said, I'll speak to the lecturer. I said, I'm really struggling. Could you help me? Could you break it down and help me out? And I've spoken to my friend, because, and I said, look, I don't think you should do that, because it could put your, position on the course in jeopardy. Obviously, you're breaking the university rules. I keep saying college, university rules. And, as a friend, I'm telling you this. I said, but I don't agree with it. But you can do what you want to do, but I don't agree with it. And that's what I said for mine. Well, I expanded on it a bit more, but you know what I was trying to say. So yeah, that was the 4 scenarios. Then obviously, they said, we'll get back to you in hopefully 3 weeks. And that was it, really. We went home, and that was it. So overall, we had 4 scenario questions. I expected them to be like, what makes you the right paramedic or something like that, or, but it wasn't anything like that. I researched all these questions and it didn't even come up, so I was quite gutted in a way, but yeah, it went okay. I think it went okay. But if anyone, the only tip I can give you guys is if you're applying for the course that you want to do, look to see if they've got a maths test in their options. Do that, because some of the questions I did in the maths test came up in the actual test that we did. The practice test that I did some came up in the actual test, so that was quite good. I knew the answer to them. Luckily, I did my research. An English test, it basically just tells you, basically just assesses if you can put a sentence together. It's fairly straightforward. And yeah, stay calm. Do not panic. Try and stay calm. They said to me, just stay calm. Instead to everyone, stay calm, because as soon as you start to panic, guys, it shows through your emotions, and it shows to the interviewers that you're not relaxed. And being a paramedic, you need to be calm in stressful situations. and I feel as though I did that today. Hopefully in 3 weeks' time, I can prove that. I'll probably bring you another vlog like this next Friday. Obviously, I'll bring you the Clash Royale series as well. But I've got Worcester, so that'd be my third choice. Northampton's my second, so we'll bring you a vlog about that. And anyone that's applying for Worcester, you know, keep informed. But apart from that, guys, give it a thumbs up. Share with anyone that's doing paramedic science or going to university at Coventry. They want to hear about this. But yeah, peace out, guys. Thumbs up. Subscribe down the bottom left, you know, underneath. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching.